Welcome to the Pulse of Spokane. Join us for the latest in news, views, and conversation with community leaders. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You and CW Crates and Pallets. Now, put your finger on the Pulse of Spokane.
All right, welcome. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. We have a great show today. We're talking everything from outdoor yard art to all of those home improvement projects you might be needing to make outside this time of year. We've got you covered there. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And then we're going to talk about a new brewery in town. 4 Degrees Real Estate is going to give us an update on some development going on downtown. And we're going to end the show talking about some posters, business cards, everything that Instant Sign Factory downtown has to offer. All of that and more when we come back after the break. But first, let's take a look at the weather.
Good afternoon, Spokane. Today we have some clouds over us with a high of 68 degrees. It will be in the 60s and getting very rainy as we progress throughout the week. During nighttime, we are going to see temperatures drop down a little to the high 50s and 60s, with some clouds and showers overhead. Some clouds over in Coeur d'Alene today with a high of 69 and a low of 53. Also some clouds in the valley with a high of 68 and a low of 50.
The following is sponsored by our friends and community supporters at McNeese Wheeler Attorneys. McNeese Wheeler is a boutique law firm in Spokane, handling matters in both Washington and Idaho. Areas of law include business law, wills, trusts and estates, family law, personal injury and wrongful death, and real estate matters. For your full-service legal needs, contact McNeese Wheeler Attorneys.
I'm Nikki Butler, and I'm a regional manager for STCU. My lunch buddy is Nicole.
I'm Brandy Schloss. I'm a regional manager at STCU. My lunch buddy is Angelina. She's grown up with me. I've grown up with her. To see her graduate will be a lot of fun.
Brandy and I have been lunch buddies since the girls were in 2nd grade. It's great that STCU provides me with the opportunity to be part of Reach for the Future. We are committed to the children. We're committed to our community. I'm Nikki.
I'm Brandy.
And STCU is here for good.
This is River Ridge Frame Shop, called Frame It Today, where we can take your art, customize it, and get it ready to hang on the wall. Here at River Ridge Hardware, 2803 West Garland.
Okay, so those hanging baskets that you need this time of year, all of that outdoor gardening that needs to be done in the next couple weeks as we kind of head into that prime season, we've got you covered because Larry Meyer is here from River Ridge Hardware. And Larry, you are kind of a one-stop shop at River Ridge Hardware. You've got the garden hoses, you have the bee traps, you have really everything that you might need this time of year. And where are you located?
We're at 2803 West Garland, right on the corner of Garland and Driscoll, just a little bit north of Audubon Park.
So kind of the Shadle area then.
Yep.
Okay. And you have a really great garden center with a lot of hanging baskets and hanging plants this time of year. So let's take a look at those right now.
Here at
In
River
just a
Ridge
second.
Hardware
They're coming.
Garden Center, where we have all the plants and flowers that will spruce up your yard, from the lilacs for Spokane's Lilac City to awesome hanging baskets and pots that you can actually put the hanging baskets in. Here at River Ridge Hardware, we want to help you set up your landscape needs. Neighbors helping neighbors at River Ridge Hardware.
Okay, now you had a few comments about that video because you do some of that at home, right?
Right. With the pots, what we do is we have 2 large pots on our deck out front, and instead of doing all the work of trying to plant flowers in there, I buy 2 hanging baskets that match each other instantly and put another pot upside down in the pot, put that pot down right on the pot, and I have instant beautiful flowers, and I put a watering system to it. And
That's
my
awesome.
wife loves it because she doesn't have to do anything, and we just have beautiful flowers on our deck all summer.
That's
So,
clever. That's really clever. And, you know, speaking of kind of gardening and being outside, the bees are out already in full force. It's crazy.
and real specific, they're really wasp and hornets.
Okay.
They're great beekeepers out there that make beautiful honey for us, but the bad ones are the wasps and the hornets. And we have wasp and hornet traps of all kinds here that from the old style, which are great. I have ones like this that are probably close to 10 years old. These are actually made in Spokane, Washington, out in the industrial park. And then one thing that they did improve on is they have a 10-week instant trap attractant that goes in here that actually lasts longer. I think it works stronger.
So can you replace those then?
Oh yeah, constantly
awesome.
on this. This one's their disposable brand. It actually has stickum on it all the way through. You load it up, get it full of bees, throw it away. It's a great thing. It was working so well that they actually had to redesign it with some guards on it so that it doesn't get birds stuck on it.
Okay.
And then this one actually does both wasps and hornets. It has 2 sides on it, front, top, and a bottom, that attract the different types.
And isn't it amazing how those things just fill up so fast
Right.
with wasps? It's
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
I put some out about a week and a half ago, and they're already halfway full
Sheesh.
of just the hornets. Another one fun thing that we carry is like if you're camping or whatever and you need to get the flies out, it's just a zapper that actually you could play tennis with those wasps, hornets, and flies. So
See,
it
we were talking about like those, I know my mom has one in her kitchen, one of those little plastic
right.
swatters.
White fly swatters.
This is an upgraded version of
yeah,
that.
this is go big or go home zapper. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I love it. And, you know, you also have a lot of yard art. I know that's kind of a growing trend, is to have a lot of yard art in your yard. And you've got some great things for those. And this is actually made out of old oil cans, right?
Yeah, recycled oil cans. It's really cool. It's called Think Outside is the company. And you can actually, we have a car cooler, a cooler that looks like an Aerostream. I have a Volkswagen bus fire pit, and then this just really cute birdhouse. And so he's just an amazing artist, and actually has the design sent over to a third world country where he does fair trade, and then builds these out of old oil barrels.
That's
So
awesome.
recycled oil barrels. Yeah,
And
very cool.
Great repurposing there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you sell that. You're, like I said, you're really the one-stop shop. You're the place to go. If you need anything for your yard this time of year, even probably those mini portable sprinklers to put on the end of your garden hose, I'm sure you've got that kind of stuff too. Check out River Ridge Hardware on their website. They've got a Facebook page too that you can check out, and then visit them out in the Shadle area. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk about a new brewery in town, actually just a few blocks away from our studio. We'll be right back.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Welcome to a new kind of talk show, Spokane Talks, where you find news, views, and conversations that include respect for opinions, facts, and diversity.
Spokane Talks, Saturdays at 8 a.m. on Fox 28.
O'Brien Logistics would like to invite you to try our local and regional transportation services. With Sprinter vans, lift gates, Hotshot flatbeds and expedited services, our people are ready to step in and help with your transportation needs. Our services are 24/7, 365, and we are trained and prepared to handle air cargo and Canadian shipments. Give us a call at 208-305-2311 or visit our website at o'brienlogistics.net. That's OBRIEN logistics.net.
All right, so I am back with Jordan Tampien, and Jordan, I actually just found out that I know your dad. He's from Tico, and I'm from Rosalia, Washington, and he's the basketball coach and a teacher for years, and he's still teaching. And
still teaching,
in
loves
Tico.
it, yeah. Such a small world.
It is a small world. Yeah. Okay, so, we have a lot of development going on downtown right now. There's a new brewery coming to town, I think supposedly this summer. Is that still the case?
Oh, yeah, we're planning for an October. So
okay.
Building's getting built out now, and then we're looking for an October open date. So.
And there's going to be an outdoor park area out in front of the brewery and patio seating, balcony seating. It's going to be awesome.
I mean, nothing beats more than seeing it. So you ever get out, drive down to the West End, check it out. It's West End of downtown. You'll see the buildings. It looks like nothing now, but in about 6 months, it's going to come to life. So.
And it's called Brick West Brewing Company.
Brick West Brewing, yeah. It was an ode to the old building. We bought the old Watts Automotive building in the West End of town. And so we like the term BW, like to shorten everything, right?
Yeah,
like 4
absolutely.
degrees, shrinking down to 4. How low can you get it, right?
I love it. Okay, so there's that. And then what other kind of development and things are there going on downtown right now?
Yeah, so it's pretty significant. I think you're seeing a lot of movement downtown. I think we're used to all development was road projects, and now you're seeing. So the other project we're working on is a 7-story tower across the street, mixed-use concept, kind of not new for the area, but definitely in the last little bit. It's 51 units of apartments, parking, retail sites. You're seeing repurposing of buildings. All of a sudden, multifamily demand and people living downtown is the hot trend, and so converting an office building where we have more vacancy, like almost 20%, and turn it into residential, you're starting to see people on the streets, movement, retail shops moving, and so excited to see where that trend continues. But look at some of these old office buildings and pretend living there, see what happens. It's actually a pretty cool idea.
It is, and so many of these buildings are these really cool old-looking brick buildings, and they have a lot of character. And so they're really kind of being repurposed in really cool ways. So that's awesome. Yeah. Another thing that I was thinking of too is 4 Degrees is pretty new. It's a pretty new real estate kind of company. I was telling you that until about a year ago I hadn't heard of them. I didn't know they existed. Now I'm seeing signs. I'm seeing your location downtown. So kind of tell me a little bit about how recent this all is.
Yeah, we strategically put our signs in all your commute routes so you saw them. But it so we started tail into 2015. Me and my brother put it together. Had some real estate experience, but really just self-interested, wanted to manage our own properties, and kind of grew. So we went from that. It was me, my mom, and my brother in a tiny office in an old building I owned. And now we just are moving, actually today, sorry for the scrubbier clothes, but to a new spot on 2nd Avenue. So it's 15,000 square feet.
That's awesome.
We manage 5,000 units, 48 employees, 46 agents.
That's awesome.
And we're just having fun.
In 3 years.
3 years, man. What's great is, I know it's cliche, but like we have an amazing team. And you let them do what they want to do, and it moves really well. So.
And I think just as a whole, it speaks to the growth business-wise we're seeing in the region.
Correct.
Like that's not, so many people come in here and they say, we are experiencing so much growth in the past 1 to 5 years. And I just think that's a real testament to what's going on here in Spokane. And actually yesterday, Washington was named the best place to live and work.
It's got to be, right?
And I'm
biased, but it's got to be.
A lot of credit to Eastern Washington, I think, for really making that happen. So awesome! I'm glad there's so much going on. Any other things you can think of that are happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Traffic's a bad thing, right? But all of a sudden, what does traffic mean? More people moving to the area, and I think as we continue to see that, I kind of applaud the city for their kind of forecasting and projecting some of this out as they're working on infrastructure. The Central City line that got passed is going to be a massive transit mover downtown, and I'm just excited to be a part of it, I think, as we look to it. So
even our downtown area, Riverfront Park's getting so many renovations. There's just a lot happening. And if you really want to get a feel and a little bit more of an appreciation for our downtown, go and visit another city and then come back.
And you'll want to come back. Yeah.
You will. We have a really clean and just really neat downtown corridor here. So, all right, Jordan, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about Instant Sign Factory. You might have heard of them. They are right downtown here in Spokane. And if you need business cards printed, really anything you can think of, they've got it. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Bloomsday in Spokane. We got about 40 firefighters and their friends and family handing out 40,000 cups of water as the day goes by.
It's a very good opportunity to see the public and support them and help them out and cheer them on during Bloomsday.
It's one of the best things about Spokane is that we have these major events and the whole community comes together not just to participate but to volunteer and show that they really care about our city and making our city look great.
This type of an event really is emblematic of Spokane because so many people get involved. We have 50,000 people probably running this race. Always has been a very huge event.
Right now we're at the corner of Broadway and Nettleton. It's the last water station before the finish, so people are pretty much dehydrated by the time they get to us. They really need our water.
The water stations are a vital part, especially on warm days like today. It's real important that we have the volunteers to help with that. Without the volunteers, Bloomsday wouldn't exist.
All up and down the course, there are people that are involved in this celebration. It really is a celebration of what Spokane's all about.
Okay, Dave Nail is here from Instant Sign Factory. And Dave, I was just talking to you about, I got some business cards printed for Spokane Talks, and you guys were the ones that printed them, and you do a lot of great work for us in printing our different materials here at the station, but really all over the region. You guys are pretty busy folks down there at Instant Sign Factory. So kind of talk to us about the kinds of things you print. What is it exactly that what you do?
Well, we've been around for about 28 years now,
Wow.
and so we do a little bit of everything. And so as it relates to the signs, you can go downtown and you'll see a lot of our stuff, like all the Created by Design, the new motto we have for Spokane, all those new pole banners and that sort of thing. We've done those and oversized banners off the Deaconess parking garage. You see those all the time.
Hanging off the buildings.
Those are kind of fun, but basically, we're very much into sports, which is fun. Like we just did a lot of Bloomsday work, and we're involved in that. We like to be involved in those type of events.
Sure.
And, Lilac Festival, and what does that mean? That means we have not only signs, we'll do vehicles, we do trailers and that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
And businesses, we do all sorts of signs. And some of the things that are kind of coming along more every year are murals. And not just on inside walls, like
Painted
wallpaper,
murals?
like printed, digitally printed.
Digitally printed murals.
But the media you have now on brick.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we did a little one for Churchill's. They took down their canopy just last week.
Okay.
And anyway, so we just put a couple signs up directly onto the brick. I mean, it's really becoming more fun. You can do a lot of different things now with printed.
And I mean, obviously you have a lot of businesses and companies printing through you, but individuals can go to you and get stuff printed too as well, right?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
We do. Everybody needs a sign eventually. I don't care if it's for a church thing or if it's a group that you're in, that sort of thing. And so
postcards, business cards.
We do those as well, and we have staff, that basically does a great job in design. That's always fun. But we do a little bit of everything. I mean, we were at Gonzaga's graduation before it happened, putting floor decals down so they can take shots.
Oh, awesome.
If you exchange the diplomas this weekend.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy stuff. We did a sale yesterday. It's on Ponderay. They brought the sale in, of course, but I mean, we just do a lot of different things. But business signs, sports signs, event signs, that keeps us really busy.
That's awesome. And, too, I think as we're experiencing a lot of business growth downtown, Jordan and I were just talking about this, you're probably feeling that growth too. People are wanting some more stuff printed, more stuff done. And you have one downtown location, is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. And where's that located at?
We're on 2nd and Post. Jordan just moved about a block from us on 2nd.
Okay, yeah.
And
you're right downtown.
People are moving outside the core, only a few blocks. And that's great. It's exciting to have new neighbors.
It is.
And It's a great location, and downtown's easily accessible. So.
And you have a website? Can people order stuff online?
Yes, so they can basically inquire, send quotes, and that kind of stuff, and that's kind of how we field those. But we produce 7 days a week, and so we're usually having a very short lead time. Instant Sign Factory, it's part of our thing. And so anyway, if people can call, they can use the website, and we'd be happy to give them a quote.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave, for telling us a little bit about that. And if you need anything printed, graduation is coming up.
Posters.
Absolutely. Anything like that, contact Instant Sign Factory. They're locally owned right downtown here in Spokane. And that is actually a wrap for our show today on the Pulse of Spokane. I hope you got a feel for the pulse and what's going on downtown. And in our area, we have a lot of exciting things next week and some really interesting guests that I think you're going to want to look into. So stay with us next week. We'll see you later.
The Pulse of Spokane is produced in Spokane, Washington by SpokaneTalksMedia.com, which is solely responsible for its content. The Pulse of Spokane is brought to you in part by Homes for You and CW Crates and Pallets. Ask Kent a question, recommend a guest, or hear this program again on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com.